From Gator Park on the campus of Santa Monica High School, it's time for Division I non-select high school playoff baseball. My name is Jeff Porsche, and along with Mike Moeller, we welcome you to today's regional round contest between the number 9 seed Parkway Panthers and the 8-seeded Santa Monica Gators. When we return, we will talk more about today's game 2 in this best-of-3 series, and that will be followed by the first pitch of today's game on the Rev, Game of the Week.
ETEL is now Rev, and we were built on Louisiana know-how, serving businesses like yours with solutions and local customer service for nearly 100 years. From storm-proofing your internet, phone, and managed services to being there for you 24/7 with local reps who really get to know you. Right now, you can get 1 month free of internet and hosted phone. A simple solution for your business. Call or click today. Rev Business. Powerful solutions, unmatched local service.
Chris's Specialty Foods has been making Cajun meat products for almost 30 years. We do all the prep work so people can have home-cooked meals without spending all day in the kitchen. Everything is done ourselves. With 3 locations in Louisiana and a 4th in Texas, we needed all of them connected to the same system for point of sale and telephone. Rev Business set us up, and it's been a game changer. They have everything as national companies, but with real local service. Rev Business is authentic Louisiana, just like Chris's.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
You may have heard already, we're now Rev and Rev Business. But rest assured, we're still the same locally owned company committed to our community. With our Revolutionizing Communities Grant Program, our 400 plus employees had the chance to tell us which community organizations they wanted to support. We will remain committed to supporting and revving up local nonprofits and schools. Here at Rev and Rev Business, we take pride in being part of this special place we call home. Learn more at letsrev.com.
Action Therapy and Wellness is an outpatient clinic located in Gonzales. Our job here is to help reduce people's pain and improve their quality of life. We will see you from the beginning till the end. You'll see the same faces here. You won't be switched around with people. Our goal is to get you functioning to an ordinary life. We rely on technology. Rev is great about staying on top of everything working and running properly. As a local company, using a company that is also local is very important to us.
From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
You've probably heard that ETEL has become Rev. What you may not know is that we're revving up your internet to symmetrical speed for free. Symmetrical speed means that your download and upload speeds are the same, thanks to the Rev All-Fiber Network. The new speeds have been applied to your current internet plan, and there's nothing for you to do, except enjoy shopping, gaming, streaming, learning, and laughing. Learn more at letsrev.com. Thanks for being a loyal customer, and enjoy symmetrical speeds from Rev. New name, same company.
Welcome to the Rev Game of the Week playoff baseball, Santa Monica and Parkway. And we're playing at Gator Park, but as you can see, Santa Monica is the visitors today. They won Game 1 last night. We'll talk about that in a moment. But the home team is the visitors in Game 2, and then if there's a Game 3, if necessary, which we will broadcast if it happens, they would be the home team, but they are visitors here today for Game 2. Now, Mike, let's take a look at what happened last night, and that was a wild game.
Yeah, nail-biter in 10 innings. I mean, that's kind of what you expect. You got the 8, 9 teams in playoff baseball. You know, it's always going to be interesting. Santa Monica victorious with the score of 4-3 with a run pushed across in the bottom of the inning on a bases-loaded walk. Santa Maria looks like they had a bunch of chances. I mean, neither you or I weren't here, but they pounded out 12 hits and only scored 4 runs, but they scored the one that mattered at the end. And we see Parkway did have 4 hits, made a couple errors, pushed across 3 runs, so they were really efficient with their base runners.
Yeah, and it was down to the wire. As you can see, it was 1-1 going into extras, but then Parkway would get a run in the top of the inning, and then Santa Maria would answer, and then Santa Maria wins in the 10th on a bases-loaded walk. And so that's where we stand right now. And let's turn it over to the PA and go through the starting lineups.
Champion, Santa Maria Gators, and the Panthers from Parkway. A quick reminder, the Gators will be the visiting team today. The starting lineup for the Panthers. In right field, number 3, Ashton Martin. At first base, number 10, Sean Driggers. In center field, number 5, Trenton Lake. At shortstop, number 14, Brandon Levy. Behind the plate, number 4, Zach Schornholm. In left field, number 8, Barrett Newman. The DH, number 26, Cole Snell. At third base, number 2, Abel Tepper. At second base, number 11, Zach Luke. And today's starting pitcher for the Panthers, number 19, Colton Smith. And the starting lineup for your Santa Maria Gators. In center field, number 8, Lane Swanson. In right field, number 4, Wyatt Ford. At third base, number 11, Blaze Lalline. Your starting pitcher, number 14, Lawson Bourgeois. At first base, number 3, Dallas Moran. Behind the plate, number 16, Connor Malazon. Your shortstop, number 23, Ryder Molay. Your DH today, number 18, Trent Laporte. At second base, number 32, Chase Kelly. And in left field, number 40, Easton Humphrey. Your Gators, led by head coach Brandon Bravada, assistant head coach Jay Geis, and assistant coaches Ortigo, Tino, Rica, and Enzo. At this time, I ask everyone, please stand and remove your hat for the playing of the national anthem.
And we are ready for baseball as Parkway already on the field after the national anthem, and Santa Maria will bat first. And so what we'll do now is turn it over to Mike, and he will give you the batting order for the Santa Maria Gators.
Yeah, leading off today for the Gators is the center fielder Lane Swanson, hitting second, the right fielder Wyatt Ford. In the 3-hole third baseman Blaze Lalonde, batting cleanup the pitcher Lawson Bourgeois. Hitting fifth is the first baseman Dallas Moran. Hitting sixth the catcher Connor Molazon. Hitting seventh, Ryder Mole, who plays shortstop, and the designated hitter Trent Laporte hit eighth. And in the 9-hole, the second baseman, Chase Kelly.
And they will face Colton Smith, who you see there on the mound for Parkway, as he will try to keep Parkway's season alive. They have to win this game to force a game 3, which will be played later today.
Yeah, Colton came in. I think he came in last night, last pitcher that Parkway had. Fortunately issued that bases-loaded walk to push the winning run across for the Gators, but probably still pretty fresh. Didn't throw too many pitches. Very tall, slender right-hander, kind of 3/4. Looks like he's going to have some movement on that fastball. Sinking away, good little breaking ball right there. He can keep that ball in the zone. He might give the Gators some fits today.
Absolutely. They had some trouble with control in the 10th inning. They had a couple of wild pitches and some walks, and that's what gave Santa Maria the victory. And we are ready, starting a little bit early today. Now, there is rain in the forecast today, but has not come yet, but we'll try to dodge the raindrops and get this game in a little bit earlier than expected, as we see 1, 2, 3 coming up for Santa Maria. Lane Swanson, Wyatt Ford, Blaze Lalonde to face Colton Smith. First pitch, strike right down the middle. Santa Maria, the winner last night, 25-9 overall, 8-2 in District 5, 5A. They had a bye in the first round, so this is their second playoff game in 2023. Fouled away on the second pitch, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, and then Parkway comes in their regular season record at 21-8. They were 9-5 in District 1 5A. They defeated Chalmette, swept them 3-0 and 2-1 in their bi-district round, and then lost last night to Santa Maria in the first game of this regionals.
0-2 pitch is outside. Swanson moves his batting average to .294 after last night. And the 1-2 pitch is low and outside. 2-2. He leads the team in walks and stolen bases, 2 categories you would expect from a leadoff hitter. And goes from 0-2 to 3-2.
Yeah, being patient is Swanson. Hit down early, 0-2. Fighting his way back. Got it back to 3-2. Maybe the count in his favor right here.
3-2 pitch on the way. Grounder to short, picked up, throw to first, and it's Levy to Driggers for the first out, 6-3.
Yeah, nice job right there by Smith coming back, getting the fastball down in the zone. That's exactly what you want the hitter to do, and Lane Swanson grounds that ball Levy to Driggers for the first out.
So that'll bring up Wyatt Ford, who's hitting .265, team leader in hits and runs. First pitch is ball high and outside, 1-0, 1 out. Swanson grounded to short to start the game for Santa Maria.
Yeah, Ford coming in hitting .366 after last night's game. And very solid for the Gators.
Yes, .366, on the batting average. Fouled away. Count 1-1. Just beginning game 2. One swing and a miss. And that takes the count to 1-2. 1-2 pitch from Colton Smith. And that is fouled over the dugout and out of play. Count remains 1-2, 1 out here in the top of the first. Outside. This is what we saw earlier in the count to Swanson. Smith got ahead early and then threw a couple of balls, got the hitter back in the count. And there's a grounder between first and second, and the pitcher's going to have to cover, and he does 4-1, Clute to Smith for the out. Now let's look at the Parkway defense.
Yeah, defensively for Parkway today in the outfield from left to right is going to be Barrett Newman, Trenton Lape, and Ashton Martin. On the infield, third base, Abel Tetford, shortstop, Brandon Levy, second base, Zach Clute, first base, Sean Driggers in the battery today, doing the catching, Zach Schoenborn, and on the hill, Colton Smith. Good play right there by Colton Smith. As you see first baseman Driggers a couple steps to his right. He wasn't going to get back to first base. You see Clute come over, make a good play. Colton there and covering first for that second out.
Good job by the first base, by the pitcher covering at first base. Had to grab the throw and step on the bag in front of the runner, and he did.
Yeah, that's bang, bang. Clute hit him on the run, kind of like a pass.
Yep. Counts 1-1, 2 outs. Top of the first, no score. And there's a pitch just a bit inside. Count goes to 2-1.
See Smith work those first two lefties, Swanson and Ford, work them away, and now he's kind of worked that breaking ball into this right-handed hitter.
And a swing and a miss, and the count goes to 2-2. One pitch away from getting out of the first inning. 1-2-3, Colton Smith and Parkway. And count goes full.
A breaking ball, he tried to start at the line right there, try to work that thing back. Just kind of spun there, didn't come back as much as he wanted it to.
Using a lot of pitches to get through this first inning, even though it's 1-2 and 2 outs right now. And he gets through with a strikeout, 1-2-3 inning. No runs on no hits, no errors, nobody left, and no score as we go to the home half of the first inning. And Parkway will be coming to bat, and Mike will give you their batting order.
Yeah, so leading off today for Parkway is going to be the right fielder, Ashton Martin. The first baseman, Sean Driggers, hits second. Trenton Lape, the center fielder, hits 3-hole, and then the cleanup spot, Brandon Levy, the shortstop. Zach Schoenborn is the catcher. He hits fifth. The left fielder, Barrett Newman, bats sixth. Batting seventh, Cole Snell. He's the designated hitter. Batting eighth, Abel Tetford. He plays third base. And in the 9-hole, second baseman, Zach Clute.
And now getting ready to start his warm-up pitches will be the pitcher for Santa Maria today, Game 2, Lawson Bourgeois. Took a moment because he was in the on-deck circle. So he is going to lead off in the second inning, but Lawson Bourgeois had a little arm problems earlier in this month, but he's back ready to start here tonight.
Yeah, took a little time off, got a nice little breather. Not often you see the pitcher hitting 4-hole. That's why we had to wait a little bit for Lawson to get out there. But, I mean, he comes in with a 1.93 ERA. He's got 36 in the third innings pitched. He's got a perfect record at 5 wins and 0 losses. He's coming in 36 strikeouts and 13 walks. Hitters are only hitting 169 off of him, too. So he's a strike thrower. He's going to keep it in the zone, and he's going to be tough to handle.
And this is Game 2. Last night you had 2 pitchers that were used. Chase Kelly came in relief, and he threw a couple innings, but there's a possibility he could be available for Game 2 or Game 3 today. Basically, the only pitcher they used up was Moran, who threw 8 last night for the Gators.
Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of like a staff saver, right?
Yep.
I mean, you play 10 innings, you got one guy that throws or pitches into the 8th inning at least. I mean, you only have to use one other pitcher with the probability that you may have to play 2 the next day. So Santa Maria staff should be well rested.
Absolutely. Now, for Parkway, they use Sean Waits, Brandon Levy, Trenton Lape, and Colton Smith. But Smith comes back in after ending the game last night on the walk. Leadoff hitter Ashton Martin takes the ball. It's Martin, Driggers, and Lape for Parkway here in the bottom of the first. And it's 2-0. Sets up outside, just a little bit off the plate.
Yeah, a couple first 2 pitches, just a little bit tall out of Bourgeois. Might take him a few to get that nice little routine going, get that ball down.
And that's 3-0. Ashton Martin, he is a huge guy.
He is a big
tall,
dude.
Tall.
Man.
Mm-hmm. They have some tall players on this team. And a 4-pitch walk. And let's go to the defensive starters while we have a chance for the Gators.
Yeah, defensively for the Gators today in the outfield from left to right, Easton Humphrey, Lane Swanson, and Wyatt Ford. On the infield, third base, Blaze Lalonde. Shortstop, Ryder Mole. Second base, Chase Kelly. First base, Dallas Moran. And the battery today for the Gators on the bump, Lawson Bourgeois. And behind the plate, Connor Molazone.
Martin at first base runner of the game on either side, and a swing and a miss. So first strike for Bourgeois to Driggers, the number 2 hitter, first baseman. Short lead, not a big one for Martin right now at first. And there's a fly ball to center, deep, but center fielder Swanson camps under it and makes the catch for the first out, and the runner will stay at first.
Yeah, off the bat, it sounded pretty loud. I thought he got that pitch right there. Maybe got it off the hands just a little bit, but Driggers put a charge into that. Swanson had to go back in the gap a little bit to catch that ball for the first out.
And now coming up, Trenton Lape, one of the more interesting stories in LHSAA baseball, that's for sure. We'll talk about him a lot today. Number 3 hitter. And an LSU commitment.
Not just recently either.
Yep. And the pitch a little high. He committed as a freshman, and he looked like he was going to be the next great pitcher, but thrown in the 90s as a sophomore, but then he had the UCL tear, and he's working his way back and will still be going to LSU next year.
Yeah, he's scheduled to have surgery, I think, next month sometime is what we're being told.
Yep.
Get that thing repaired. That's what baseball does to you, man. It'll throw you some curveballs.
Absolutely.
Pardon the pun, but
but he's also a very solid center fielder. So he still has a bright future ahead if he can get through his arm troubles. Runner at first. Oh, hit in the back. And Martin moves to second, and on the hit by pitch, Lake goes to first.
Yeah, that ball just got away from Bourgeois right there. Looked like that front side flew open just a little bit. Arm couldn't get through the zone like he was supposed to. That thing was tracking Lape the entire way. No chance to move out of the way of that pitch.
And now the cleanup hitting shortstop, Brandon Levy, with runners at first and second with 1 out. Maybe an early opportunity for Parkway. First pitch is a strike. Caught that inside corner right there. 0-1.
Yeah, Bourgeois got a big, nice frame on himself for Santa Maria on the mound today. I mean, he's tall and he is straight over the top. That ball's got some downhill angles. It's got to be tough to barrel.
No balls and 1 strike. 1 out. First and second. No score. And it gets away from the catcher, and he had a little trouble finding it, and the runners will advance as the ball goes to the backstop. So now 2 runners in scoring position with a 1-1 count.
Only 1 out, so Levy right here trying to do a job, get a ball on the ground through the infield or some kind of ball to the outfield, get that runner in from third base with less than 2 outs.
Infield at regular depth. One. Grounder up the middle. Shortstop Mole takes the bounce, throws the first for the out, and a run will score. Throw back to third, safe. But Levy with the 6-3 ground out scores a run, and it's 1-0 Parkway in the first.
Yeah, and that's when you don't want to be selfish right there. You know your job is to put this ball in play with 1 out. The runner is breaking on contact, most of the time to get a good jump right there. And got that ball. Levy got that ball into to the shortstop deep enough to score that run.
This will bring up Sean Bourne. Sets up outside. That's a ball. Late at third. Ashton Martin scored on the ground out.
Don't take away any anything from Mole right there. That's a good play. He's got a range pretty far to his left right there. Catch and throw.
Right, he
Right
saved
on the money, yeah.
He saved the second run. That gets through. Lape will probably make it home. Count even. 1-1. 1-0 Parkway. The home team here today. The team that travels is the home team in Game 2 in all LHSAA Best of 3 series. Ball low, 2-1. One run in on no hits so far.
It's a nice take right there by Schonborn. That's that breaking ball. Those lefties love that ball down and in. And that's exactly where Bourgeois started it, but no bite from the Parkway catcher.
And it's low. Good stop that right there by Molisson. Takes the count to 3-1. But Molisson probably saved the run right there with that stop. Lape at third. 2 outs. 3-1 count. And that's a strike call. Late call by the umpire. It looked like a strike, but I wasn't going to call it till he did.
Yeah. Wasn't sure if he was going to call that ball high or not. Schonborn wasn't real sure either. You saw him kind of make a little gesture to go to first base, thinking it was ball 4.
So count now even. Bourgeois trying to get out of this inning. And that's in the dirt. Ball 4. Second walk of the inning by Bourgeois, and that'll bring up Barrett Newman.
Good take right there. I think that was an off-speed pitch right there. That might have been a 3-2 changeup.
I think so. And we're going to have a little conversation on the mound before Barrett Newman comes to the plate. So some control issues maybe for Bourgeois. He's got 2 walks and he hit a batter. And Parkway so far got the lone run of the game on a ground out to short by Brandon Levy.
Yeah, I mean, Bourgeois only comes in with 13 walks in 36 innings, so you know he's a strike thrower, but we talk about it all the time. When you get into the playoffs, maybe a little jitters, maybe some adrenaline. You need to just kind of find that happy medium, calm yourself down, and get back in the zone. It's just taking Bourgeois a little bit longer to find that zone.
Now, as far as the pitching goes for Sandoval, as we mentioned, Moran's been used up. He got a no decision last night that kept Sandoval in the game and turned out to be a game they eventually won. If there's a game 3, likely Lane Swanson would pitch that, but basically the rest of their staff is intact here today. First and third, 2 outs. Schonborn at first, Lape at third. And that's high, and the runner's going to second, and they're just going to let him go. Trying to probably get him caught there in a rundown and see if they can get the run scored before the out is made. Sandoval just let him have it, so now it's second and third with 2 outs. And the rain is coming as the ball is called.
You see the fans starting to
They're
scout
scurrying
a little bit. Yeah. We just want to mention a little shout out to Tiffany Newman, Barrett's mom, who was responsible or hooked us up with all the information that we have for Parkway. That helps us so much. Thanks so much, Miss Tiffany, for what you've done. That gives us a lot more information to try to help you guys out.
And the count is 3-0, and some of that information is about Barrett here at the plate, too, as he is a commit to Liberty University. He's going to be playing linebacker, as he is quite the linebacker and a 4-year starter in baseball and football.
Yeah, quite the 2-sports star. Been there since his freshman year. I think he's lettered in both sports all 4 years.
And he's on first, and the bases are loaded. That's the third walk of the first inning.
Yeah, I think that one was maybe intentionally unintentional.
Yeah.
So, when you steal that second base and you leave first base open, that's especially if you're behind already in the count. You're going to be careful.
So this is the DH coming up, Cole Snell. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Another walk would score a run, but there's a strike. One and one. We were told the rain, from what I was looking at the forecast, it's going to be a light rain from probably about 1 to 4 today, off and on from what we're gathering. So we might be just playing through some rain here today. Fouled away.
Yeah, it's kind of hit or miss. I don't think we expect anything really bad. Just kind of an annoying.
Mm-hmm. Wet balls are tough for pitchers, but not so far here. As once the rain has come, Bourgeois are on 2 strikes.
Yeah, you might want to worry more about that turf when that turf gets wet. Some of those ground balls.
Yeah.
Skip through there pretty quick.
Leif has a huge lead. They're not even holding him at third. Lalonde is about 15 feet from the bag. Bourgeois looks him back. And there's a pitch. Strikeout. And so Bourgeois gets out of the inning with 1 run on no hits, no errors, 3 left. And so we go to the second 1-0 Parkway. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
E-Tail is now Rev, and we were built on Louisiana know-how, serving businesses like yours with solutions and local customer service for nearly 100 years. From storm-proofing your internet, phone, and managed services to being there for you 24/7 with local reps who really get to know you. Right now, you can get 1 month free of internet and hosted phone. A simple solution for your business. Call or click today. Rev Business. Powerful solutions, unmatched local service.
Welcome back. It's 1-0. Parkway leads Santa Ma going into the top of the second. Jeff Porsche, Mike Moeller with you, and they just made the announcement from the public address and a reminder. Right now, we're going to play through the rain, but if there is thunder in the area, you will hear a signal that will tell everybody to shelter, and that would be a 30-minute delay if that happens. So we're hoping to avoid that and continue playing here, as it's going to be 4, 5, and 6. Lawson Bourgeois, Dallas Moran, and Connor Mullazon for Santa Ma.
Yeah, Smith made quick work of the Gators in that first inning, 1, 2, 3, with a strikeout of Lalonde to end that first inning. Very few pitches to do so, although he did run to the count to 3 and 2. Compared to Bourgeois for Santa Ma that we saw, he elevated pitches in those the first inning.
It was a 1-2-3 inning. From my count, I believe it's 16 pitches. So it's a little high considering it's a 1-2-3, but not a huge pitch count there, as the first pitch to Bourgeois is a strike. It's a Lawson Bourgeois at 316 on the season after last night. And there's a pitch outside, 1-1. So you had a 3-2 count to the first batter, a 2-2 count to the second batter, and a full count strikeout to the third. And swings at one outside the strike zone, 1-2. Bourgeois, the pitcher. And he fouls it away, stays alive.
Yeah, good switch, good swing right there by Bourgeois. I like that sequence, actually, from Smith. He threw that fastball just off the plate the pitch before. Got Bourgeois to wave at it. Then he's going to come back, start that breaking ball right there. Bourgeois able to get just a little piece of it to stay alive.
There's a grounder to short and runs in and throws to first. It's Levy to Driggers, 6-3 for out number 1. So first and second inning both begin with a ground out to shortstop. And now Dallas Moran will come to the plate. He was the starting pitcher last night. Threw into the 8th. He leads the team with 19 runs on the season. Takes a ball outside. Rain still drizzling. And a swing and a miss. It's 1-1.
Smith's got some movement on that fastball. You see a couple of these Gators swing over the top of those fastballs already today.
Ooh, and that's into the batter's box on the left side. Count goes to 2-1.
Yeah, still trying to work everybody away right there. You see him pull that one just a little too much off the plate there. Schoenborn couldn't even get a glove on it.
And a swing and a miss. Count evens. 2-2. Two pitch. Outside.
That's a good take right there.
Yeah.
By Moran. That's the one we've been seeing the Gators swing at and kind of pull off of and roll over.
Right.
Moran takes it.
You're right. We saw Bourgeois swing and miss at that pitch in the previous at-bat. 3-2 and a strikeout. Moran strikes out swinging.
Yeah, that ball's got some sink on it.
Yep.
That ball started right down the middle, and Moran swung just right over the top of it. It's got to have some nice downward late movement right there.
And now Connor Molizon will come to the plate.
Which is typical of the pitcher that you see. 3/4 arm angle.
First pitch taken inside for a ball. And gently bounced to third, foul. Count evens 1-1. You see a lot of high counts to these pitches, even though he's getting everybody out. He's retired first 5 so far, but some 3 balls and some 2-strike pitches, as that's a slow bouncer to second, and in time. Caught a break as the catcher was at the plate. So they throw out Molizon, Clute to Driggers, 1-2-3 second, and our score, Parkway 1, Sanamaw 0. And so now let's turn it over to Mike, and we're going to talk about some playoff information.
There we go. Division I non-select AP playoffs. You see the number 8 Sanamaw Gators coming in at 26-9. As we said before, they had a bye in the bye district round because the first 8 seeds get that bye in the first round, and they started their first playoff game yesterday, defeating this Parkway team 4-3. And you look there at the number 21. Golly, I want everybody to be
number 12.
Yeah, I want everybody to be number 1.
Yeah.
Number 12, Dutchtown Griffins on the season, 26-12. They did defeat Mandeville, best 2 out of 3 in the bi-district round. They won the last 2 games. They dropped that first one, but they won the last 2, 7-5 and 6-0. And then they went over to Live Oak for the regionals and lost the first 2. Got swept 10-3. And 3-2.
Right. So the season is over for Dutchtown. Live Oak advances to the quarterfinals. So one team from 5A has advanced to the quarterfinals. If Sanamaw can win one of 2 today, or just win game 2, they will be the second team from 5A to be in the final 8. So it's been a good season for the district as a whole, 5A, but Sanamaw trying to make the second team to get to the 8. Now they are paired up with West Monroe and Fontainebleau.
Fontainebleau had a nice win against West Monroe last night, huh?
Right. West Monroe's got to win 2 today to advance.
Yeah, a couple good players. I think there's some SEC commits off that Fontainebleau team.
They often have a pretty good team, as the count is now 2-0 to Abel Tedford. And it's 8-9-1, Tedford, Clute, and Martin for Parkway. 3-0. Just a little bit outside. Bourgeois with 3 walks in the first in danger of giving up a fourth and another 4-pitch walk. We've seen 2 4-pitch walks by Bourgeois. Tedford takes first base.
Yeah, that 2-0 pitch was close, just missed offside, but we talk about it all the time. If you're not, if you're not in the zone, you're probably not going to get those borderline pitches. And the last pitch missed up. Looks like Bourgeois is just falling off, flying open a little bit earlier, causing that arm to drag behind. Just can't finish that pitch like he wants to quite yet.
Zach Clute, the second baseman. Short lead by Tedford. And it's another ball.
Yeah, that must have been down. That one caught the plate.
That was close.
Yeah, it must have been down.
Top of the lineup after Clute coming to bat. And there's a strike. Painted that outside corner very nicely that time. 1-1. Tedford at first for Parkway. They lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the second. And there's a strike. So Clute takes 2 quick strikes after the first ball. It's 1-2.
So 1-2 count here on Clute.
Runner at first. Not going. Pitch outside.
You see a little frustration right there out of Bourgeois.
Yeah.
Wanted to make that pitch on that outside corner. Felt like he might have gotten a little grooves. He painted it there twice. Just pulled it a little bit too far out there.
That pitch count's getting high, too. Then you can see they're starting to warm up a little bit out there in the Santa Maria bullpen. And there's a little nubber. Stays alive, 2-2. This high pitch count from Bourgeois, it's going to be a strong likelihood that they're going to have to go to the bullpen early today. Game 2 is one that you want to keep close because you don't want to pitch into a Game 3. You want to close it if you get a chance.
Yeah, and we said it earlier. Moran's probably the only pitcher that wouldn't be available for the Gators today.
And that's a fly ball, deep center, and again, Swanson gets it for the out. So this is a carbon copy so far of the first inning, as you get the leadoff walk and then a fly out to center, both innings. So 1 out, Clute flies out to center. Now back to the top of the lineup. Ashton Martin, 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored, the only run scored here today. So 1 out, 1 on first. That's Tedford at first. Short lead. And there's a strike called. So Bourgeois is getting back his accuracy a little bit here at the last couple of hitters.
Yeah, settle down just a little bit. You see him start to paint some of those corners. Not trying to do too much. Don't try to throw the ball by everybody.
Fly ball to center, and it's going to drop for a base hit.
Oh.
So runners at first and second. And a nice single by Ashton Martin. And then we have 2 runners on with 1 out here. So Tedford goes to second, Martin at first, and Driggers comes to the plate.
Yeah, Martin put a nice swing on that ball right there. I thought he hit it hard enough where he was going to carry to Swanson, but then you see Swanson kind of check up, play it on that sure first hop. Don't want anything to get by him and go to the fence there.
That was one of those that came in so hot you almost had to play it second with the runner, maybe having to hold up with the same thought process that you had. That's a fly ball to left field, and it's going to drop too, right in front of Humphrey. Could not risk, I guess, the diving catch.
Yeah.
And so the bases are loaded.
That's a do-or-die play right there, and I'm not even sure. I mean, maybe late in the game, if that's like super crucial run or something, you might want to try to take a dive at that. But he took the safe route, kept it in front, still hadn't given up a run, right? Because you let that ball go to the wall, then Parkway may be able to hang a crooked number on you.
So 1 out, bases loaded. Tedford at third, Martin at second, Driggers at first. Trenton Lape at the plate, the LSU commitment. And a strike. Nice breaking ball. Playing at regular depth. Maybe opting for a possible double play ball here. Parkway trying to extend their 1-0 lead with 1 out. In the dirt. Count is 1-1. So it steps back in, and we're ready to go.
Come on,
1-1, 1 out, breaking ball inside. So what was Lape saying there?
He said, like, hey, it hit my elbow, it hit my elbow.
Yeah, he got hit last time. He was the one that got hit square in the back.
Yeah. That one right there, he was like, man, I'm not taking that one yet.
Get a cheap run. 2-1, bases loaded. Strike called right at the knees. Count even 2-2.
Good pitch. Tough to pull the trigger right there if you're Lape. He throws that breaking ball inside, just almost nicks you, and then he paints outside corner. It's tough to cover the entire plate after you get a pitch inside like that.
2-2. Swing and a miss and a strikeout.
Bourgeois with the strikeout.
So a big strikeout with the bases loaded and 1 out. So now 2 outs as Trenton Lape strikes out swinging for Parkway, and now Brandon Levy comes to the plate. He drove in the only run of the day on a ground out to short, which scored Ashton Martin. Another RBI opportunity, but this time he's going to need to get a hit. Outside. 1-0 count. Bourgeois thrown a lot of pitches and seen a lot of batters here in the first couple innings. We'll see if he goes any further after the second, if he can get the third out right here. Fouled away.
Fouled straight right back. I mean, straight back right there from Levy. Just missed that pitch. Boy, when you see them foul it back with some velocity like that, you know they're right on it.
As we said, there is some activity in the bullpen. We got a righty warming up.
Yeah, Bourgeois' pitch count pretty elevated through the first 2 innings. Bases loaded both innings. Still just a 1-0 game, though.
Good stop by Mullison.
Great stop right there.
Now he could drive in a run with a walk. Count 2-1. 4 walks in the day so far for Bourgeois.
Mr. Robert, I just replied to your email. Sorry, that's what I was doing. Thank you, Michelle Humphrey, for your contribution and support of Amant Gator Athletics. So 2-1 count.
Bourgeois in the stretch. The pitch.
Good pitch.
Close in the strike. Wait, got a little delay call again.
Yeah, borderline. I think that was a little breaking ball. Took a little bit longer to kind of drop down in that zone. Must have just clipped the top of the zone for strike 2.
So 1 pitch away from getting out of it and keeping the score 1-0. And the count goes full. Critical pitch, one of the most important pitches of the game already here in the second inning. You don't want to give up a second run early.
Runners will be taking off early. Trying to get a good jump here.
3-2. You get Tedford at third, Martin at second, Driggers at first, and there's a grounder to second, and it's off the glove into right field, and 2 runs are going to score, and that's going to be a tough base hit for Levy, and so it's going to make our score 3-0. Kelly had a chance at it, but just couldn't snag it.
Yeah, that ball was hit really hard. I mean, you see it kind of sinking on Kelly right there, and with the runner going right in front of him, a little tough to pick up. Just couldn't get the glove on it. It's 2 runs come across. Parkway takes a 3-0 lead.
And Driggers has moved to third on the single by Levy. So Levy has driven in all the runs here today. 3 for Parkway. It's 3-0, bottom of the second. Levy at first. 1 for 2 on the day, and Sean Bourne comes to the plate. He walked in the first. Grounder, foul. That would have driven in 2 more right there. That could have blown this game wide open.
That was a rocket. That's that ball down and in. And I talk about those lefties like a lot.
That was close.
Yeah, he dropped the head on that ball. That was an absolute rocket. Moran had no chance. Even though he's holding the runner on, he's probably only taking 1 or 2 steps off, but that ball just foul.
Thank you, Mr. Graves. We appreciate you.
0-1, first and third, 2 outs, 2 runs are in. And it gets away, and a third run is going to come home. And Driggers scores, and it's 4-0 as Levy goes to second as well. And so now our count 1-1 to Sean Bourne. 4-0 Parkway, bottom of the second.
Yeah, if you're Santa Monica, this is exactly what you didn't want to happen.
Yeah.
You wanted to kind of, I mean, yeah, you got bases loaded. When you flirt with, situations like that, when you have a lot of traffic on the bases, you always the chance that the opposition is going to blow this inning open, and that's exactly what Parkway has done so far, putting a 3 spot on and still hitting.
Next pitch is outside. It's 2-1 with 2 outs. Now 3 runs in. Levy at second.
U.S. flag and American flag, the wind's kind of blowing almost straight in now. The U.S. flag is waving. That's the wind. Yeah.
And a throw back to second. Shortstop nearly makes the tag. Lost the ball, though, Mole.
Yeah, it'd have been close. Throw got there a little bit before.
It's a good idea. They had him napping a little bit. You know, he's trying to get a little bit of a lead there to make sure he can score on a base hit with 2 outs. Fly ball to right, deep, and that's going to go out the park. And a home run by Zach Schonborn, and now it's going to make our score 6-0 as he just nailed that ball, no doubt. The right fielder Ford just looked at it, turned his back, and saw it leave the park, and it's 6-0.
Yeah, he sees Schonborn just absolutely barrel that ball. Another big kid. I mean, he back there doing the catch and got a ball inside inner half, got the barrel straight to it, didn't pull this one foul, launched it over that right field wall.
And so Bourgeois will not make it out of the second, and we're going to have a pitching change. So let's take a short break. Our score 6-0 Parkway. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
ETEL is now Rev, and we were built on Louisiana know-how, serving businesses like yours with solutions and local customer service for nearly 100 years. From storm-proofing your internet, phone, and managed services to being there for you 24/7 with local reps who really get to know you. Right now, you can get 1 month free of internet and hosted phone. A simple solution for your business. Call or click today. Rev Business. Powerful solutions, unmatched local service.
Welcome back, and the pitching change. Bourgeois comes out, and he's going to be replaced by number 6, Cole Sims.
Yeah, Cole's going to come in and try to put this fire out right now for Bourgeois, who probably just didn't have it. We've seen Bourgeois throw before. Seen him command that zone a little bit better than he did today. And then, you know, when you pitch behind it, you get a lot of traffic on the bases. That's just kind of the situation you put yourself in.
Yeah.
Schoenberg kind of made him pay right there. And Bourgeois exit brings in Cole Sims, the senior.
So a tough start today for Bourgeois, as he doesn't make it out of the second inning, 1 2/3 pitched. And when you're down 6-0 in the second, what's your job here? Just to keep it close and see what the offense can do?
Yep, throw strikes, eat some innings right here. Keep it close, give your team a chance to chip away. Still only bottom of 2, right?
Right, there's still 5 more at bats.
Yeah.
As I forget the Santa Monica visitors here today, so they've already batted first and second. So they got five innings to work. A run an inning gets you within 1 run. Makes it very interesting. But Sims has to keep Parkway from scoring any more runs right here, as Newman's going to come to the plate. And looks like they're pointing in the direction of Parkway, who has a pitcher warming up as well. Curious to see what they're going to do. Maybe their logic changes with a 6-0 lead. And there's a strike. So the first pitch is called a strike, looks like, and so it's 0-2 with 2 outs. And pitch outside, 1-2. So 4 runs are in. You had a 2-run base hit by Brandon Levy, and then Zach Schonborn follows that up with a 2-run homer, and that makes our score 6-0. 5 runs in this inning, excuse me. The fifth
outside right there. It's going to be 3-1.
Right. So they're calling it 3-1. So the first pitch, I believe that the first pitch was not called a strike. I believe they were pointing to the dugout and maybe sending a signal to the coach.
Yeah, well, I think somebody in the bullpen had some equipment or something on the field down there. He wanted to get cleaned up.
Yeah. And so it's a walk to Newman.
Now to plate, number 26, Cole
Snell comes to the plate. He's the 9th hitter of this inning. So the 4 runs came off of Levy's 2-run single and Zach Schonborn's home run, and the 5th run came on a wild pitch. Runner at first, 2 outs. And that's fouled straight back. Count 0-1. Six nothing. Parkway with the lead. Bottom of the second. Parkway the home team for game 2. And there's a strike called. Today is game 2 of the 3-game series. Game 1 played last night. Santa Monica with the victory in 10, 4-3. Parkway trying to even this series and force a game 3, which will be played this afternoon after game 2. A little bit inside.
Good pitch right there. You see Sims go outside twice to get ahead 0-2. Try to come back in and jam Snell right there on that one. Just a little bit too tight.
Newman at first. Stretch. And a pitch. About the same spot as the previous pitch.
Yeah.
2-2.
Snell was looking away right there, kind of diving out. Thought maybe he was going to try to get him out with a pitch on that outer half.
Time called. Snell steps away for a moment. Throw back to first. In safely. Stretch in the pitch, and misses a little bit low. Count is full.
Breaking ball, not bad pitch right there, just a little bit down. Snell did a pretty good job laying off that. 2-2, you're kind of in protect mode, right? That pitch was a strike for a long time.
So now the 3-2 pitch coming. And he misses, ball 4. So he's come in and thrown back-to-back walks. And so now you get Snell at first, Newman at second, and now coming up for the second time this inning, Abel Tedford. He led off with a walk and scored the first run of the inning. If you're Santa Maria, you cannot give up more runs this inning.
Got to shut it down right here if you're the Gators. Give yourself a chance to get back in that dugout, regroup, and try to pick up a couple runs.
There's a strike right down the middle. So the big issue for Santa Maria so far today has been control. Lots of walks.
Free passes, yeah. Free passes. I mean, you get to tournament baseball, it's going to be competitive enough. You don't want to shoot yourself in the foot giving up too many free passes.
First and second, 2 outs. And misses outside. 1-1 the count. Newman at second, Snell at first. 5 runs are in this inning. And that's fly ball to left, and it's going to fall just shy of Humphrey over in the Santa Maria bullpen. So it counts now 1-2, 2 outs.
Yeah, Humphrey shaded a little bit towards center field. That ball was well fouled, but stayed in the playing field. There's not enough time, hang time for Humphrey to get over there and make the grab.
No, that's that spot where the third baseman in left field just have trouble getting there and usually falls between them.
Yep.
And there's a pitch fouled away over to the track. Over to the jump pit. There's a guy hanging out there, nearly got hit. Glad he's okay. Count remains 1-2, 2 outs, 2 on, 6-0. And there's a ball high. 2-2. So 2-2. A pitch, and it gets away, and it's going to go second and third as the count goes full. So Newman goes to third, and Snell goes to second. More control issues. That's what we've seen, having trouble throwing strikes.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a fastball away right there. Pulled it all the way across the other side of the plate. Tough for Molizon to reach back and try to grab that. Gets by him, and both runners advance.
And a third walk by Sims. So now bases are loaded. And we've had walk for Sims so far. And that's going to be Sims' last batter, and he's going to step out. And we're going to take another break. It's 6-0. And you're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
You've probably heard that ETEL has become Rev. What you may not know is that we're revving up your internet to symmetrical speed for free. Symmetrical speed means that your download and upload speeds are the same, thanks to the Rev All-Fiber network. The new speeds have been applied to your current internet plan, and there's nothing for you to do except enjoy shopping, gaming, streaming, learning, and laughing. Learn more at letsrev.com. Thanks for being a loyal customer, and enjoy symmetrical speeds from Rev. New name, same company.
We're back, and our score 6-0 in the bottom of the second. Jeff Porsche and Mike Mulder with you. Our third pitcher of the second inning, Cole Sims, has been relieved, and he'll be replaced by sophomore Jace Reddix.
Yeah, Cole just didn't have a problem getting ahead. I mean, he was ahead of, I think he was 1-1 on the first hitter and was actually 0-2 on the next two hitters, I believe. But just a little trouble putting him away. You're going to see sophomore Jace Reddix going to come in and get some playoff experience. Always beneficial when you can see some of these younger guys come in and get some playoff experience. You know you're going to lean on these guys in the next couple of years. So Jace inherits the bases loaded, trying to keep that 6 spot from turning into a 7 and getting his team back in the dugout.
And he'll face Clute, the number 9 hitter, second baseman. By my count, you have 7 walks in 1 2/3 innings. And that's been the trouble so far for the Gators. So Clute comes to the plate. He flew out, made the first out this inning. And Mollison tried to bring it back, but it's a ball.
See that rain picking up a little bit again.
Yep.
Wind's blowing pretty good.
Mostly.
Not too heavy, but you can see it kind of blowing sideways.
Yeah. It was blowing in, but now it's moving more toward right. And it's 2-0. 5 runs so far. 5 runs come off 4 hits and 3 walks. 4 hits and 4 walks, excuse me.
Still in the bottom of the second.
A very long bottom of the second inning. And that is fouled. Thought the base runner, Newman, was about to grab it as he was headed home. 2-1. So it's Newman at third, Snell at second, Tetford at first, Clute at bat. And there's a strike. That's a nice one.
2-1 breaking ball. Clute definitely not looking for that. He took some off that breaking ball. I'm not sure how hard he typically throws it. His first time we've seen him throw this year. Man, that one had some 12-6 break on it.
Yep. 2-2, 2 outs. Second inning. And that's at the third, and it gets off the chest, and everybody's going to be safe. Milan just could not come up with it, and it's a base hit. 7-0.
Sharp shot, good pitch right there by Reddix. You got to come try to make the hitter do what you want him to do. Gets a good ground ball.
Yep.
Pretty firm over there to third base, and Milan tries to smother it. That's what he's supposed to do. And it just caroms off of him just far enough where he can't recover and get it out. Another run pushes across the board.
Tough break. And there's a drive to short, and the flip to second is close, but they get him. And so 6-4 for the Force. And so it's going to be 5 runs on 4 hits and no errors and 2 left on base. or 1 error, excuse me, 2 left on base, and our score 6-0. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
ETEL is now Rev, and we were built on Louisiana know-how, serving businesses like yours with solutions and local customer service for nearly 100 years. From storm-proofing your internet, phone, and managed services to being there for you 24/7 with local reps who really get to know you. Right now, you can get 1 month free of internet and hosted phone. A simple solution for your business. Call or click today. Rev Business. Powerful solutions, unmatched local service.
Welcome back. It's 7-0. Parkway with the 6-run second inning as they chased the starter, Bourgeois, and the reliever, Sims. So they faced 3 pitchers that inning, and now we go to the top of the third. And now Santa Maria has a lot of work to do, and you're going to see 7, 8, 9, Mole, Laporte, and Kelly. That was about a 30-minute bottom of the second inning, and now you have the pitcher, Smith, probably a little cold right now.
Well, I mean, we thought someone was warming up down there, but I saw the arm angle, and that was probably Smith just trying to keep his arm loose. You'll see that every now and then when there's a long inning. The pitcher will go down there and have a couple tosses.
And a swing and a miss. So looks like he staying hot right now. So this is Ryder Mole. And there's a grounder to the pitcher and the flip to first for the out. 1-3, and that is his shortest pitch sequence to any batter so far. Only 2 pitches right there, and the grounder to first. Grounder to pitcher to the first base.
Easy right there for Smith. Throws that fastball away. Comes back a little bit with some sink. Gets Mole to hit, roll over the top just a little bit. Little weak ground ball back to the pitcher for the first out.
And now you're going to see Trent Laporte. Designated hitter takes a ball. So with the 6-run second, we have a 7-0 score in the top of the third. And there's a pitch outside. So now a 2-0 count. Chase Kelly on deck. Good look at Laporte. And takes the third ball. Good eye. You just need base runners right now.
Absolutely. You can't hit a 7-run homer right to tie this thing up.
Absolutely.
If you're the Gators, you need base runners.
And there's a strike, taking all the way. Like I said, just get somebody on base. Set the table. And a swing and a miss. Nice pitch. And the count goes full. And this is the regular sequence that we got for pitches from Smith in the first and the second inning. It has a lot of full counts, a lot of 2-2 counts. And here's another one. Even though he's faced the minimum so far, he has thrown a lot of pitches, relatively speaking. All 4. First base runner for the Gators today.
Yeah, good at bat right there by Laporte. Like we said, if you're the Gators, you have to keyhole right now. Unless you get that pitch right down the gut that you like, you got to try to make Smith throw some pitches and fight your way any way you can to get on base.
And now you see Chase Kelly coming to the plate. He is the second baseman. He was the pitcher of record last night, the winner, coming in relief. Grounder to third, and it's picked up. Throw to second for 1. Throw to first, Doug, and a double play. 5-4-3. Great job by the first baseman, Sean Driggers. And so the base runner is erased, and the inning is over for Santa Maria. So we go to the bottom of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left, and it's 7-0. And so now let's look at
Yeah, let's take a look at the regional round play pairings right here. You see the Division I non-select best of 3 series. Fountain Blues at West Monroe. We know Fountain Blue took game 1 from West Monroe last night. You got Parkway and Santa Maria here. Santa Maria took the first game from Parkway here last night. The Dutchtown Live Oak pairings is done. Live Oak sweeps that game as they started their round on Thursday night. So Live Oak wins Thursday and Friday, and then you see Benton at Sam Houston.
And so that's one half of the bracket right there. That's the top half, and that's the one that involves all of the 5A schools. So that's the one that we are most interested in, and that's the teams that will meet. 2 of those teams will meet in Sulphur in about a week and a half in one of the semifinal games. So Santa Maria got there last year, and they would possibly have to travel to West Monroe, but last year they went to the 1 seed and won. But they're in a battle right here. They're in danger of being forced into a game 3 if they don't do something very quickly as they trail 7-0 bottom of the third.
But, I mean, some of those guys were, on that road to the state finals last year, are still on this team this year. They had a couple battles last year. I mean, they went to game 3 against Barb and actually won that game 5-4 to advance to the semifinals. So there's some pedigree here. Some of these guys know how to win even when the back's against the wall.
And there's a base hit right up the middle for Sean Driggers, the leadoff hitter. And that's going to bring up the number 3 hitter, Trenton Lape, and Levy is on deck. So it's 2, 3, and 4 as the leadoff hitter gets on. Now, not all those guys from the Santa Maria team are here this year. Some of them are getting game-winning hits against LSU.
Yeah, exactly. You see Kerriger.
Yeah.
Huge hit for the Nickel State Colonels the other night.
And you have him there, and you have Amadei as they drag the bunt. Throw to first, and the runner's going to advance to second. And so Driggers moves to second. And 1 out, and Brandon Levy comes to the plate. So to finish my thought there, a lot of those guys are still here, but some of those guys have moved on and are playing major college baseball. You have Lee Amadei over at Lafayette. You get Kerriger over at Nichols, and Nichols got a couple of Gators on that team.
Like 3 or 4 of them are over there. You got Dallas Moran's going to be there next year from this Gator squad.
That's a good pipeline for sure. They look over to Driggers, and he is back on the bag. Nobody there coming.
I don't know if we mentioned. Did we mention that Bourgeois when he got done pitching? Now he's at first base.
Okay.
Took over for Moran.
Moran, did he move over to left field? We've seen him play left field a few times, and that's where Easton Humphrey was. We'll have to check that out.
No, I don't think that's him. If anyway, I think that might be him in second.
Could be. We'll double check. 1-0. Pitch high. Levy has 3 RBIs on the day. One for 2. Driggers at second. And it's sky high. That's in our area. That hit about 2 feet from me.
Right on top of us. I'm not taught to catch those. I just point for someone else so they can see it. Yeah, that is Moran that moved to second base. And Bourgeois to first.
Two and 1. And that's a strike call. 2-2. 1 out. There's a runner at second at 7-0 Parkway. Bottom of the third. Taking his time. This is Reddix on the mound. Over. And there's a shot to third, and it's grabbed, and they're going to tag the base runner, so that's going to be 5 unassisted. Gets Driggers out, and Levy was going to make it to first on the fielder's choice.
Yeah, not sure what Driggers was doing there.
Yeah.
Maybe thought he was forced. I don't know. I mean, or maybe thought it was going to get through, but that ball was hit right at Lalonde.
Right, Lalonde did a great job.
Yeah, I mean, you're taught to like check the runner, right, and then throw to first, and he looks over, and Driggers is right there in front of him, tags him out for the second out.
Now they did charge an error to him, the official scorekeeper, in the previous inning, the one that came off his chest. So they may have been thinking maybe it'll get past him again, but you never know. He made a great play right there, Lalonde. So the first pitch to Schonborn is a ball. Levy at first. And ball low, 2-0. The 6 runs in the second inning blew this game wide open, and 7 walks so far for Sandoval. That's been where the damage has been done. 2-0, runner goes, throw to second, low, and a swipe and a grab, and he got him. So he bounced it to second, and the shortstop grabbed it, and 2-6, and so Schonborn will come back to the plate in the 4th. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. It's 7-0. We go to the 4th. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
You've probably heard that ETEL has become Rev. What you may not know is that we're revving up your internet to symmetrical speed for free. Symmetrical speed means that your download and upload speeds are the same, thanks to the Rev All-Fiber network. The new speeds have been applied to your current internet plan, and there's nothing for you to do except enjoy shopping, gaming, streaming, learning, and laughing. Learn more at letsrev.com. Thanks for being a loyal customer, and enjoy symmetrical speeds from Rev. New name, same company.
Going to the top of the 4th, Jeff Porsche and Mike Moeller here. Sandoval trails Parkway by a score of 7-0. So far, pitcher Smith has faced the minimum. 9 up and 9 down. 1 was erased on a double play. But he's looked great so far, and he's going to face 1, 2, 3, Swanson, 4 to Lalonde. Yeah,
only one base runner that walked to Laporte. And I just want to point out that ball that Chase Kelly hit to the third baseman, Tedford, that was a rocket.
Yes, it was.
Okay, and Tedford made a great play because that was kind of an in-between hop. Mm-hmm. Kind of just, turned to the side, fielded that in-between hop, perfect throw to second, and then the throw over to first in the dirt/turf, I guess.
Yeah.
And great dig by Driggers.
This is game 2 of a 3-game series, best of 3. Sandoval leads the series 1-0. They trail game 2. If Sandoval loses game 2, there will be a game 3, which we will broadcast later this afternoon after this game. A lot of times they say game 2 is the important game. A lot of times the team that wins the second game winds up winning the series. Of course, that happens a lot because the team that wins game 2 probably won game 1.
Right.
But we've seen a lot of teams go from that 0-1 hole to win the series. And there's a base hit. And so Swanson gets on base with the base hit.
Yeah, first pitch, ambush that fastball right down the middle. Swanson said, I'm not waiting around. If I see a pitch I like, I'm going to take a hack at this thing. Got the barrel to it, rocket right up the middle for the first hit for the Gators.
And now Ford will come to the plate. As I said, this is game 2. Sometimes a team that loses game 1 comes back and wins the series. That's what happened last week at Dutchtown against Mandeville. They won games 2 and 3 after losing game 1. That's not always the case. Sandoval and Barb last season, Barb won game 2, but Sandoval came back and won game 3, so you never know. There's a strike call.
Same pitch right there from Smith. That two-seamer sinking right down the middle. That Swanson just hit back up the middle. Ford takes it for strike 1.
decent lead by Swanson. Foul. 0-2.
You see Ford just pull off that. That's a paint ball on the outside corner with some movement right there. That is a tough pitch to hit. Looks like it's outer third. Tough if you're that hitter to let that ball travel. Got to try to poke that thing to left field if you're a left-handed hitter.
He came in today hitting .365. He was a victim of that nice play from second to the pitcher covering the bag, and he strikes out right here, so now he's 0 for 2. So that's a good answer for Smith. After giving up the base hit on the first pitch, he comes up with a strikeout.
Yeah, and if you're Smith, I mean, look, when your team puts up a 6-spot or whatever in the second inning, your job is to come in and throw strikes. The worst thing you can do is throw balls and, you know, get some free passes. And even with Lane Swanson leading off with that single, comes right back at Ford and punches him out.
Breaking ball misses to Lalonde, strikeout victim his first time. And that just misses outside, close pitch. Very
See a little facial expression from Smith right there. Like, whoa. Close pitch. Umpire had it just off the plate.
And there's a strike. 2-1. No doubt about that one. Lalonde taking all the way. Again, they're kind of in base runner, scratch some runs mode here, right here.
Yeah, the range coming down pretty steady right now, so interesting. If anyone's putting that ball in play, you know it's going to be really slick and fast going across that infield. Maybe tough to grip, even if you're going to have to make a throw.
Right. This is where the dynamics are a lot different than a grass field. And it gets away. It's a
Ball
walk
4
regardless. So Swanson's going to second no matter what.
The line draws the walk.
So that's got to be a lot different, though. On a grass field, you know, you might get a little, it might slow down a little bit, might get a little muddy. On a turf field,
yeah, turf it's going to get way quicker. I mean, grass, obviously, you know, the ball skip too, especially if you have a little backspin on it or whatever. Yeah. But the turf, it's going to be hot when that turf is wet.
Yep.
It's usually that second hop too that'll get you.
And this is Bourgeois. He started the game at pitcher, got pulled in the second, stays in the game and moved to first. Takes a strike. 0-1, 2 on, 1 out. Ball 1-1.
A little in tight right there.
Swanson led the inning with a single. He's at second. Lalonde walked. He's at first. And there's a grounder to third. They're going to go to second, and then to first. Safe. So you got the 5-4 force that gets Lalonde. And then, let's see, Bourgeois reaches on the fielder's choice, and Swanson moves to third. And so you got 2 outs. Santa Ma's first run, potential first run, is 90 feet away at third. That's Swanson. Dallas Moran going to try to pick that up. Runners at first and third, 2 outs. Tedford's having a whale of a game at third base defensively. And there's a strike. You talked about that double play ball earlier, and he made a nice grab right there and went to second to get the force.
Yeah, good play there again, too. But, I mean, that ball just hit kind of a high chopper, right? A little bit too slow to turn to. I mean, good effort.
They nearly got to, though.
Yeah, they did.
It was close.
Good, strong throw by Clute right there.
Yep.
Try to turn that double play, but like I said, that ball wasn't hit quite hard enough. Nothing they did wrong, right? They did everything fundamentally correct, but just not hit quite hard enough.
Rain still a little steady. This is definitely the most rain that we've had so far today.
And this is definitely the spot you want to be, right here in this press box.
Absolutely.
You see the plethora of umbrellas out there.
And a strike called.
Right down the middle to run the count 2-2.
Still 7-0. Parkway. But an opportunity here from Santa Maria to get a run in. But that's not going to happen. It's a strikeout. And so it's no runs on one hit. And we have no errors and 2 left. And so let's take a look at the Santa Maria Gators seniors.
Yeah, there we go. Santa Maria Gritty Gators seniors 2023. From left to right, we got Dayton Stewart, Colby Sheets, Ryan Phillips, Connor Molazon, Blaze Lalonde, Connor Doty, Maddox Willis, Cole Sims, Dallas Moran, and Aiden Downing.
And that's a crew that's done a really good job with the rebuild for Santa Maria, as they're the ones who came in with Coach Bravada and got them to the finals last season and got them a first-round bye this year as they're getting Santa Maria baseball back to where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and I mean, you see some of these Parkway fans, if you're watching at home, and you see the gold dome there in the background, don't think you're at Centenary. Centenary does have a dome like that. Actually, I think Centenary's was first back in like 72 or something. Big Robert Parrish played there.
Yep.
Played basketball in there, but yeah, I think Santa Maria's came in maybe 78, 79-ish or whatever.
Yep.
But it does resemble it.
About John Williams' time for them. And now we are going to move to the bottom of the fourth, and our score is 7-0 Parkway. And I believe Reddick's still on the mound. Yes, he is. So he'll get into his second full inning of work. He came in to get the final out in the second inning, and then he got through the third with no runs given up. So he's kind of settled things and got the ship back straight, and now we'll see what he can do in his second full inning of work.
Yeah, came in through strikes, doing exactly what you want to do. Rain's got to be tough now. It's coming down at a pretty good clip.
Yep. And the early forecast that I got early this morning was that it was going to be like this till about 4 o'clock, and then it's supposed to clear up a little bit. So game 2 will probably be played through this most of the rest of the way. And there's a fly ball to the gap. And it is going to be caught.
Wow.
Look at that. Lane Swanson.
God, he came out of nowhere.
It got past the right fielder Ford, but Swanson's coming behind him.
You see Ford going after that. I'm watching Ford the whole time, and I'm like, oh, it got by him. And then Swanson just comes out of nowhere, backhands. Great play for out number 1.
Andre, we're going to give you an award for that replay, man. That's a replay of the year. You were able to follow that. It's the hardest thing to do to follow a ball in motion like that in a baseball game. And there's another fly ball. Swanson, this is a piece of cake for him, right?
Swanson with the grab for out number 2.
Man, that was a good play.
Yep.
Number 26, Cole Snell.
Good play. I'm still proud of that replay. When I used to cover baseball like that, I forget following the ball. Just find out where the guys are running to. And I start following the guy who's chasing the ball. Andre did it. And there's a ball. So Snell at the plate. It was Sean Bourne who flew to the gap. It was Newman, the number 2 hitter this inning, who flew out to center. Now Snell is at the plate. And there's a high chopper, and he's not going to get him. Good infield single right there.
I'll tell you what, that was a pretty nice play by Reddix right there.
Yeah, it made it closer.
I mean, he gets there, sets his feet, knows. I mean, he's in line to make that throw as soon as that ball comes down. But that was a super ball hop off of that turf. You see it right there. If you could get a, yeah, there you go.
He finds it.
He bare hands it, makes it perfect, gets rid of it, makes a perfect throw. Just not enough time.
He beat it by a full step, but that's a lot closer than I had expected it to be.
And you got Snell hustling out of the box, which is exactly what he's supposed to do.
So now Abel Tedford, the third baseman. Snell back safely at first. He's probably got the biggest lead of any Parkway player so far. And the ball. Tedford doesn't have an official at bat. He's walked twice. Steps off. After that long second inning with the 6 runs from Parkway, this game is starting to move a little quicker now. Both teams throwing strikes now. A lot of balls in play. One hit for Santa Maria, 6 hits for Parkway, plus a lot of walks. Ball 2.
You ain't tuned in and said it was your birthday. It ain't the 15th today. Today's 29th. You gotta wait a whole nother year.
Snell, good lead. Not going in the dirt. Now he's going, and the throw is going to be easy.
This bounce
tag.
right there by Molazon.
That was a delay. He looked like he was going stopped, and then when Molazon had trouble with it, he started going again, and then he was a dead duck. That's a great throw by Molazon, and it's no runs on 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. We go to the 5th, and it's 7-0. Parkway leads Santa Maria. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
E-Tail is now Rev, and we were built on Louisiana know-how, serving businesses like yours with solutions and local customer service for nearly 100 years. From storm-proofing your internet, phone, and managed services to being there for you 24/7 with local reps who really get to know you. Right now, you can get 1 month free of internet and hosted phone. A simple solution for your business. Call or click today. Rev Business. Powerful solutions, unmatched local service.
7-0 Parkway with the lead, trying to force a Game 3, which would come after this broadcast. We are planning to cover Game 3 if necessary. Right now, Santa Maria 9 outs away from being forced into the Game 3, as Smith's doing a great job so far.
Yeah, I mean, Smith's gone the distance so far for Parkway. He's only had 3 base runners, I think 2 walks, and just that lone hit by Swanson to lead off the last inning. So, I mean, up 7-0, yeah, it makes it a little bit more comfortable. So sometimes it puts a little more pressure on you. Hey, man, all you have to do is throw strikes. And then, you know, you kind of get in your own head and make it difficult. But good job by Smith just filling up the zone, letting his players play behind him.
And I'm sure his pitch count has dropped in terms of, like, how many pitches he had been throwing compared to the first couple of innings. And I'm sure that the thinking for Parkway is they would hope he would get as far as he can, because if you can get to that Game 3, you have basically the rest of your staff outside of probably Waits and Late. You're going to be in pretty good shape for Game 3.
Correct. And, you know, we talked about Santa Maria having pretty much everybody available today other than Moran. You see Smith kind of doing the same thing Moran did yesterday, you know, just eating up those innings. So
yeah,
you can have those guys for that Game 3 if necessary.
So Molazon, Mole, and Laporte are up for Santa Maria. Swing and a miss. So Waits started the game for Parkway. We would presume he would be out if there's a game 3. Smith pitched, and he's coming back, and he's pitched well so far today. Ball high. Late pitched. He got pulled in the middle of an at-bat, so that makes me think that possibly there might be some type of issue with him as the count goes to 2-2.
Yeah, and I think Lape's kind of just primarily been used in shorter stints, out of the bullpen. I don't think he's going to come and log many innings.
Levy. I knew I was going to say it one time. Levy was a pitcher of record. He pitched about 2 innings of work, so there's a possibility he might be able to come back. And there's a ball inside. Full count.
Yeah, so Smith had 60 pitches to start this 5th inning. So still not too awful bad. So he's got a couple innings left in him if he keeps his pitches to a minimum. But Malazon kind of trying to spoil that right here. He's got a pretty good at bat going. 7 to 8 pitches already.
Full count. Nobody out. And swings that one out the strike zone for strike 3. And they've chased that pitch a lot of times, Mike.
It is. It's tough. I mean, it just looks like a good pitch out there, and then it kind of just disappears. I mean, 3-2, can't take anything too close, right? You're not sure what the umpire's going to give them. Kind of in protect mode. That's just a pitch you have to swing at.
So now Mole takes one low. On the Santa Maria side, you've seen after Bourgeois, Sims, and Reddicks, and those are 2 guys that really haven't thrown a lot this season. And maybe their rationale is you're down 5, 6, 7 runs. We need to win game 3, and we maybe need to go all out for that one if that happens. And if these guys can get through it and we pull off a win, then that's all the more better, I guess.
Yeah, Reddicks has answered the call today so far. I mean, he's come in and throw strikes. Made pretty quick work of Parkway since he's entered the game. That's exactly what Bravado wants out of him.
Yeah. Counts 3-1. You would expect if there's a game 3, Swanson to throw that one as the count goes full. But you also have Chase Kelly, who's going to be available still at some point today as a bouncer to the pitcher and the throw to first. 1-3 for the second out, and that's going to bring up Laporte. So Moran is pretty much spent, but then you still got Swanson, who will probably throw game 3 if they have to do that. You still have guys like Dayton Stewart, Chase Kelly, Austin Riley, all available. So they have a lot of guys in the pen. They have a deep pitching staff here at Santa Maria. Counts 0-1 to Laporte. He walked.
Yeah, Laporte was the first base runner for the Gators.
Yep. He walked.
Last at bat when he walked.
He walked in the third, and then you had the nice double play from Tedford to Clute to Driggers. So count 1 and 2. 2 outs. Top of the 5th. Remember, Santa Maria is the visitors in game 2. And there's a base hit, second base hit of the game for the Gators. That's Laporte's first of the day. And so, 5th inning stays alive, and Chase Kelly will look to expand it.
Yeah, Laporte got a pitch up in the zone right there, kind of center cut. Got the barrel to it, pulled it in that 6th hole for a base hit.
So Kelly with the double play in his lone at bat so far, which erased Laporte off the bases. Laporte now at first again. Ball outside. There's action in the Parkway bullpen. This could be it for Smith after 5. I mean, he's got to be approaching 80 pitches about at this point.
Yeah, he's probably up around 75, 78 pitches now.
So the count now 1-1. If he can get out of this inning with a 7-run lead and 6 outs to go, he's done his job. But there's another base hit, and now tables are set, and we go back to the top of the lineup for Santa Maria. As they've got the base runners in the last 2-3 innings, and we'll see now if Swanson can pick one of these up.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what, that was a really good job of hitting right there by Kelly. That ball ran inside hard on his fist, pulled his hands in there, got the barrel to it, but still kept it fair. We saw it last time. He got the barrel to it, and he hit that absolute rocket to Thetford at third.
First and second, Laporte at second, Kelly at first. Rain has slowed a little bit. Expect about another hour of this. Ball low. 1-0. First and second, 2 outs. This is outside, 2-0.
That looks like number 14, Gabe Ormond. Getting heated down there in the bullpen for Parkway. He'd be the last hitter that we see Smith face today. Could be.
And the pitch. There's a strike. This is Santa Maria's best opportunity to get a run here right now with the leadoff hitter. Swanson got the first base hit off of Smith here today. Another base hit will score at least one. This is outside. In danger of loading the bases, and then on deck you have the top hitter in terms of batting average for Santa Maria, Wyatt Ford. Load the bases, things can get interesting right here. Ball 4.
Ooh, must have been down.
It looked good.
It looked really good. Looked like it was right down the middle, but nobody flinched. Swanson went immediately to first base.
So nobody coming out the dugout. They're going to leave Smith out there to pitch without even a discussion. Ford with the ducks on the pond, bases loaded, and a ball. Someone with a bit of a rally here potentially. Bases loaded. Laporte at third, Kelly at second, Swanson at first. Inside, 2-0.
Well, that one, you're going to see Shelbourne go out and have a little talk with Smith right here, trying to calm him down. This is the only reason he's out there. Hey, man, look, settle down. Just get us out of this inning.
So you see one of the coaches stepping out of the dugout, and he's looking toward the bullpen.
Yeah, I mean, Ormond's got to be loose. He's been throwing down there for the last 3-4 hitters. That's why I say the trip for Shelbourne right here is to try to get his pitcher Smith to get out of this inning, give his team good, strong 5-inning showing.
Extra bases here. Could plate 3, and then it's an all-new ball game. Ball 3. The umpire has tightened up that strike zone.
Has.
My goodness.
That one's right over the plate, too. Must have been a little bit high.
Mm-hmm. That's a no doubt about it strike. Taking all the way. (3-1), 2 outs, bases loaded. A walk scores a run. Strike 2.
Paint ball right there. You got to think Ford is looking to pull the trigger 3-1, but that's a pitch right on the corner. That's not the one you want to try to hit.
It's hard to
3-1 count.
Everybody going. Ball 4 and a run scores. So it's 7-1.
Ford draws the walk.
Laporte crosses the plate. Kelly moves to third. Swanson to second. And now you got Blaze Lalonde. And here's another 300 hitter coming up. And you're going to get possibly a pitching change right here as they're going to discuss things. Smith was cruising, got 2 quick outs in the 5th, and looked like it was going to be another easy inning for him. And now kind of he hit the wall, I guess you could say.
Yeah, he did. I mean, and he pitched last night. Would he face 1, maybe 2 hitters last night? But still, I mean, you got to think, hey, he warmed up before he faced those hitters. Got that adrenaline going. So it's a little bit of wear on your arm from last night. And then he comes out here and throws fantastic for 4 2/3 innings.
And they're going to take their chances.
Going to go with Smith, try to let him get him out of this jam right here. He's done a couple times already today.
Having flashbacks of last night's LSU-Alabama game. They kept their guy in as long as they could in that 9th inning. Rain picks up a little bit. Ball low.
If you're Santa Maria here, you're still going station to station. Pay attention. Don't get picked. Don't get back picked.
Yeah.
Base to base unless it's in the gap, right?
Strike called, 1-1. This is not a traditional Santa Maria power hitting team. Laporte has the lone home run on the season for the Gators. Extra bases or a gap could score 3 here.
Ooh,
but
he wanted to pull the trigger on right there.
He thought about it. I could feel it from here. One and 2. Oh, and a good stop.
Great play by Schoenborn right there. That's a breaking ball so far off the plate. I don't know how you got a glove on that. Saved a run for sure.
The rain still continuing to pick up a little bit. This is almost as consistent as it had been. There was a lull about 5 minutes ago. 2-2, 2 outs. Grounder to third, and picks up on the bounce and the throw close and out. Lalonde nearly beat that out, 5-3. Great play by Tedford again, and that's going to end the inning with 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, 3 left on. So it's 7-1 going into the bottom of the 5th, and let's look at the Parkway senior class.
Yeah, and I just want to thank Miss Tiffany Newman again for providing us with this picture of the seniors here for Parkway, and from left to right, or actually the bottom row, is Braden Tetford, Zach Clute, Ashton Martin, Robbie Pueblo, and Christian Bird. Top row, Trenton Lape, Martin, Robbie Pueblo, and Christian Bird. Top row, Trenton Lape, Brandon Levy, Zach Schoenborn, and Barrett Newman.
And you can look at this, and when you look at them out there, this is a big team.
Yeah.
And these guys look like players. These guys look like they're about 20, 21 years old, a couple of them.
No, you can just kind of look at guys. I mean, they're big guys that wear their uniforms well, just athletes.
Absolutely.
Good group of guys right there.
You have an all-metro linebacker. You got an LSU commit. These guys can play ball, that's for sure, and they're showing it right now. As it's 7-0, and we're going to get 8-9-1 in the bottom of the 5th. That's going to be Abel Tedford, Zach Clute, and Ashton Martin. And Reddix is going to stay out there for us, see if he can get through a 3rd full inning of work. We talked about this at the bottom of the last inning. He's righted the ship. It's just they're in such a big hole right now, trailing by 6 runs.
Yeah, when Bourgeois went to first and Moran went to second, that moved Chase Kelly, who was at second base. He is now the left fielder, so I think he was actually in there, from when it all went down, when Bourgeois and Moran switched also. We just failed to mention that.
Yeah, Humphrey was in left field, and he was being hit for as the pitcher was sitting for himself. So now the pitcher is being hit for at this point, and Humphrey's out of the game at the moment. So 2-0 to Thetford. He was at bat to end the fourth inning, as he fouls it away, 2-1. He was at the plate when Snell was caught stealing on a nice throw by Molizon. 2-1, no out. 7-1 is our score.
Good pitch.
Straight called.
Good pitch on that outside corner from Reddix.
He's given up 3 hits, but he's been able to not give up any runs. So the count moves to 3-2.
Yeah, he tried to go right back out there to paint that corner. See Molizon kind of shift out there. Pulled it inside off the plate.
And a strikeout. That's his first strikeout of the game.
Kind of the same right there. Looked like he was trying to go middle away. Pulled it inside and tied up Thetford for the first out of the inning.
So that was Thetford's first official at bat. He walked twice. He's now 0 for 1 on the day. Clute, he got a base hit his last at bat. That was in the third. He also flew out to center. Number 9 hitter. And there's a ball. Ball 2. Still steady rain, light rain. Counts 2-1. The rain started about 3 batters into the game, and it hadn't stopped really since, but it hasn't been enough to really cause any sort of disruption.
From what we're being told, it should move out of here around 3:30ish. So another 45 minutes of it at least.
If there is a game 3, it should be played under good conditions. And there's a drive to center, and it can't get to Swanson before he pulls up, and it's a base hit.
Yeah,
that's the second time we've seen that.
Good AB right there by Clute. Didn't try to do too much with that pitch right there. Usually you'll see a lot of those hitters kind of, they want to roll over on that and hit a little weak ground ball to the left side, but Clute kept his hand in there, let it travel, hit it right back up the middle.
So Martin up to bat, top of the lineup for Parkway. Clute at first. Off the foot, he's going to go to first. So he's reached base for the third time in the third different way.
And he's got the pad on his front shin right there. And
Now to play number 10,
not sure which foot it actually hit. It might have hit the inside of that foot where the pad doesn't cover.
Yeah. He came up quickly hopping.
He hobbled all the way down.
That was no doubt that there's no doubt it hit him because he came up wincing immediately. So Martin has reached on a walk, on a base hit, and a hit by pitch. So 2 runners on, Clute at second, Martin at first, and a fly ball might be in play, and it is, and the right fielder drops it, and they're going to call that a fair ball, and so it's just going to be 1 base advance as you had hold up.
Yeah, that's a fair ball all the way. I mean, it landed. I'm pretty sure he touched it fair and it landed fair. We can see this replay right here. If Andre got this. Yeah, Ford overran it just a little bit. I mean, it's tough when you run and your eyes are bouncing around. You're looking up in the rain.
Yep.
That's a tough ticket out there.
E9 is the call. Now Lape comes up. 3 men on base. We'll bring this up. If Lape can take it out the park, the game would end on the 10-run rule. So he takes a ball. So 1-0 to Lape. Hit by pitch, struck out, and was out. Catcher to first. And that's going to fall and go to the corner, and 2 runs are in, and the 3rd run is in, and it's a stand-up triple for Lape, and it's 10-1. And it gets away, and that's the ball game. So that's an error on the throw, and so we're done. 11-1, just like that. Wow. And so it appears that the umpires have appeared to agree with that, and we're just waiting to make sure that everything is straight and the umpires are done. So yes, that's the ball game. And so our final score, and there will be a game 3, 11-1, as Parkway scores 4 in the bottom of the 5th with the assistance of a couple of errors. But that will end at 11-1, and we will have a game 3 in just a little while. We're going to take a break and kind of settle things and wrap things up and figure out what the heck just happened as Parkway advances on a 10-run rule. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
ETEL is now Rev, and we were built on Louisiana know-how, serving businesses like yours with solutions and local customer service for nearly 100 years. From storm-proofing your internet, phone, and managed services to being there for you 24/7 with local reps who really get to know you. Right now, you can get 1 month free of internet and hosted phone. A simple solution for your business. Call or click today. Rev Business. Powerful solutions, unmatched local service.
Chris's Specialty Foods has been making Cajun meat products for almost 30 years. We do all the prep work so people can have home-cooked meals without spending all day in the kitchen. Everything is done ourselves. With 3 locations in Louisiana and a 4th in Texas, we needed all of them connected to the same system for point of sale and telephone. Rev Business set us up, and it's been a game changer. They have everything as national companies, but with real local service. Rev Business is authentic Louisiana, just like Chris's.
Time doesn't stop, and the world keeps spinning. Community, culture, and communications, the powerful circle that connects us together. We're creating the next evolution, a network built for every possibility, moving faster than ever before, streaming us forward into the future. And the revolution is closer than you think. RTC, ETEL, and Vision are now Rev. New name, same company.
You may have heard already, we're now Rev and Rev Business. But rest assured, we're still the same locally owned company committed to our community. With our revolutionizing Communities Grant Program, our 400 plus employees had the chance to tell us which community organizations they wanted to support. We will remain committed to supporting and revving up local nonprofits and schools. Here at Rev and Rev Business, we take pride in being part of this special place we call home. Learn more at letsrev.com.
Action Therapy and Wellness is an outpatient clinic located in Gonzales. Our job here is to help reduce people's pain and improve their quality of life. We will see you from the beginning till the end. You will see the same faces here. You won't be switched around with people. Our goal is to get you functioning to an ordinary life. We rely on technology. Rev is great about staying on top of everything working and running properly. As a local company, using a company that is also local is very important to us.
From From jambalaya, pastalaya, and gumbo to daily lunch specials, Pot and Paddle Jambalaya Kitchen has Cajun dishes to satisfy your hunger. Pot and Paddle has 3 locations to serve you, including the one on Cabela's Parkway in Gonzales, Jefferson Highway near Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, and Jubin Crossing in Denham Springs. You can dine in, carry out, or let them do the catering for an office get-together or tailgating at the big game. And don't forget about their delicious daily lunch specials. You can check out their specials and more on the web at potandpaddle.com.
You've probably heard that ETEL has become Rev. What you may not know is that we're revving up your internet to symmetrical speed for free. Symmetrical speed means that your download and upload speeds are the same, thanks to the Rev All-Fiber network. The new speeds have been applied to your current internet plan, and there's nothing for you to do except enjoy shopping, gaming, streaming, learning, and laughing. Learn more at letsrev.com. Thanks for being a loyal customer, and enjoy symmetrical speeds from Rev. New name, same company.
Our final score in Game 2, Parkway 11, Santa Maria 1. Jeff Porsche and Mike Moeller to wrap things up. There will be a Game 3. We have been told that the game will start at 4 o'clock. So that's the plan right now. Game 3, Parkway versus Santa Maria. Santa Maria will be the home team for that game. But this one, you had the 4-run score on that triple and an error by Trenton Lape, and that ended it. But we talked about it, and everybody kind of agrees here. That might be a good scenario for Santa Maria because you don't use up any more pitching, and you saved your pitchers pretty much intact for Game 3.
Yeah, and then if you look at Parkway, they did the same, right?
Yep.
They go the whole way with Smith there. They're going to have everybody available as well, but it kind of got out of control pretty early there in the second inning when Parkway put up that crooked number, dropped the 6th spot, and it's 7-0 early, and then it's kind of like, hey, we got to chip away, and all of a sudden you've got 3 or 4 at bats left, and you hadn't scored a run. They pick up one a little bit late, and then get in a little bit of trouble, and then Lape clears the bases, scores on that throwing error to finish that game off with a 10-run rule.
And another good piece of information is probably, but if this game starts at 4, the rain should be over. So it should be a pretty clean game and should be pretty dry for Game 2. Now for Santa Maria, we would expect Lane Swanson to get the start on the hill for Game 3. And we're not sure who the third starter will be for Parkway, but they, like you said, their pitching staff's pretty much intact too, considering all the circumstances.
Yeah, so, good thing. Hopefully that rain's out of here. We're hearing about 3:30.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty nasty right now. And you'll see that. You hate to see, a ball thrown away and, somebody's going to go home or their season ends just on, something like that. Yeah. So hopefully the rain will get out of here and we're going to have a pretty good solid game like they said last night. It was beautiful last night, right? So, but it's still number 9 and number 8 playing each other. They split first 2 games 1-1, so anything can happen in Game 3.
Absolutely. So we would like to remind everyone that you can watch our games live streamed on Rev Sports 1 YouTube channel each week during the school year, as well as replays on TV on Rev Channel 4. Thanks for watching Game 2, and we want to remind you in about 1 hour we will have Game 3, the deciding game of the 3-game series between Parkway and Santa Maria. For Mike Moeller, I'm Jeff Porsche, and you've been watching the Rev Game of the Week.